He's where it starts and ends at the school. Okay. So if you'd look up principium, please. Principium. Keep your declension chart in front of you, because we want to find out to which family this word belongs. Okay, but what you want to do when you're looking up a Latin word is follow it as many letters as you can get to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you don't, if you move as far as you can. You're not necessarily going to find exactly which one because the ending's changed,
Right.
but get as close to the ending as you possibly can.
Okay.
Principium?
Principium, there you go. So what do you have for that? First of all, the first thing you want to notice, what do you want to sort out about any noun? The family. So how do we know which family this belongs to? Nominative and genitive singular. Good, you've got that ingrained. That's what you want. You want the nominative and the genitive that gives it a ray that spells it right out right there. What is the nominative singular? UM. Okay. So that's a dead giveaway right there. There's only one family that starts with UM, but just for form, pro forma, let's look at the genitive singular. I. I. Do you see that? Umi, o, a, ormi, sa, is. You're going to get that. You're going to know like just like that. Okay, so I. Which family? Staring you right in the face. To be, right? Okay. All these nouns are neuter. And you can put that. You can write that on your thing as well. To be is all neuter. To a is all masculine. One, all feminine except. No, not masculine words. That's ambiguous. Because they're all feminine words in that. So what is masculine in the first declension? What's the obvious example? Yeah, persons. Yeah, masculine persons. Papa. It doesn't only mean father. It also means pope. It's a Latin word for pope. So you don't want to saddle him with the wrong adjective.
You might not like that.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. So 3, as I said, masculine, feminine, or neuter. And there's a little mnemonic to help you with that. 4A, almost all masculine. 4B, all neuter. 5, almost all feminine. And it's sort of like, there are a few exceptions. We'll get into those at some point.
So can you go over 4 through 5 again?
Yeah, 4A, all masculine, except for a few exceptions, like manus, which means hand, it's feminine. Domus, which means house, also feminine. 4B, all neuter. 5, almost all feminine, and I'm trying to think of exceptions, but they don't immediately come to mind. So, again, the gender doesn't come immediately to your, you don't need it immediately until we're talking about putting adjectives together with nouns. Okay, so we have principium, we know which family it belongs to. Which family is that, again? To be. What's its gender? Neuter. What cases could it possibly be? Dative or ablative. Good. What number? Singular. So we have a noun, we know it's neuter, it could be dative or ablative, and it's singular. Are there any hints as to what case it might be? Based on the functions, remember we talked about the code. There's a word right before this thing that gives it away, which case it is. It's number 4, which is? Object?
Object.
Of the preposition, right. Can a dative be the object of a preposition? What's the dative? Look at your datives there. Can it be the object of the preposition given the code? No, it can't be. It just isn't. So we know it's ablative. That means it's functioning as the object of the preposition. In means in. What does principio mean? Principium? Sorry? Can mean principle. But any other meanings? Beginning. Okay, so again, you're going to have a lot of choice of meanings when you look up a dictionary word. Principle, so principium can mean principle, chief cause, beginning, and so forth. So because we've all heard the beginning of the Gospel of John, we happen to know that it's actually beginning. Okay, but you might have to scratch and say, well, how does it follow? You know, what follows? And the principal was a deeply ingrained and intense hatred of his students. You know, then we then we know which one it is by what follows. Okay, but and so forth. We know what's gonna follow. Now, erat, that's a verb. Okay, so erat means was. I'm just going to give everything that's not a noun away because we haven't done anything with nouns. Okay, so in the beginning was verbum, verbal, verbosity, verbose. Word, okay? Capital V. Hope it's capital V, but yes it is. Okay. Okay, so, in the beginning was, now, is there a the or an a there? They don't exist in Latin. So, we have, in English we have to choose. In the beginning was a word. In the beginning was word.
Because
Yeah.
it's capitalized, you would say the because it's a particular one?
Absolutely in this instance.
But not
Absolutely.
necessarily.
That's right. Not necessarily, well, for instance, if it's a name, usually you don't put the
Sure.
in front of it, right? It would be capitalized, you know, Cicero. In the beginning, or, you know, at the forum was the Cicero. Okay, so,
Sorry, next question.
yeah.
So we're not fortunate enough to have, like, in German, we're all bound to capitalize.
No. That's handy. I wish they'd import that to English. It'd save a lot of trouble about proper and common and the nouns. So, et, from French, you might be able to get that right away.
Yeah.
And, okay, verbum, again, the word. What is the family of verbum? Let's look it up. Okay, pass the dictionary on, just so we don't have the same people. Verbum. We want to figure out the family.
You know it's the nominative?
How do you know it's the nominative? Well, you want to try to look it up, right? So, so it's a noun. What could it be with that ending? It could be to be, or to a. Yep, for a. So there are certain families it could belong to. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you see verbum in front of you, and you know it could belong to a, to be, or for a, what are you going to find first in the dictionary when you look it up? You're going to find its nominative ending, right? So if you look up to a, it's either going to be verbus. You look up to be, or verbum, or for a again. You're either going to find verbus or verbum. So you've got it narrowed down. Does everybody understand how that works? Because you're gonna be able to track it down to its nominative singular in the dictionary. And you've only got two choices. What you're going to see is either verbus or verbum. That's right. And you want to check the genitive anyway.
So how do you figure out which one it is?
Okay, so you see verbum in front of you. Okay, see, because endings change in Latin, you're not necessarily going to find the word in the dictionary exactly the same way that you see it in your text. So there has to be a process of narrowing it down. You see verbum in front of you. Now, using your knowledge of declensions, or your chart of declensions, hopefully the chart becomes knowledge, but using at least the chart of declensions, you can narrow it down to which families it could possibly belong to by looking at, the ending. Boom, what could it be? It could be in 2a, so if you look, you find it in 2a. It could be in 2b. It could be in 4a.
What about 3?
Do you see an Oh yes, that's right. You're right. It could be 3 as well. So, if 3 is the case, well, basically what you're going to look for is as much of the ending as as much of the word as possible in the dictionary. So it could be 2a, 2b, 3, or 4a. So you've got some choices there. If it's either 2a, 2b, or 4a, you're either going to see us or in the dictionary. So it's going to be very much like you see it in the book. You're either going to find verbus or verbum. If it's third, you're not going to be finding verbus or verbum. You're going to be finding verb blank, verb blank. So you wanna see, there